So you're retaining your sexual power, your creative life force, the only creative energy known to man, the most potent energy in existence. You are no longer squandering this energy. You are no longer allowing your demons to steal this energy from you. Instead, you have chosen to consciously channel this energy and consciously are choosing to be a better man, to be a man that the world really needs right now. You're choosing to step up. You're choosing to be the man, the person you never had growing up. To no longer succumb to all of the degenerate activities that the modern world loves to feed us, loves to tell us are actually good for us, that it's normal to be a degenerate. Everybody else is doing it, so why shouldn't I? Oof, damn ants. I want to talk about the importance of feeling into your feminine energy on this journey. Feminine energy is naturally nurturing. Feminine energy allows everything. Feminine energy does not discriminate on emotions, on energy, on whatever it may be feeling. Feminine energy feels everything deeply. It is chaotic. It is extremely chaotic. That's the only word I can think of. But chaotic in the most accepting way. Because, again, it does not discriminate. It allows for everything to be felt. That's why when you're dealing with a emotional woman, she is feeling everything fully. She is not allowing herself to suppress the emotions, the feelings, as us men typically do. The same way in which a woman simply wants you to hold space for her. She doesn't necessarily want you to solve all of her problems. She wants you to hold space so she can feel safe, so she can feel like she's heard, like she's held, like she's whole. She doesn't want you going out and solving every problem she brings to you. She just wants you to listen. She wants you to create a space for her so that she can feel safe. And in this same vein, when it comes to our sexual energy, this potent, creative life force energy, if we approach it from this lens perspective of always wanting to be in our masculine essence, our masculine power, and solve all of our problems, we never truly allow ourselves to feel what needs to be felt. And that is, in my opinion, the key to really allowing yourself to embark on this journey long term, to not just relapse every once in a while, but to really make this a lifelong practice, to really allow yourself to be given grace on the journey. Because again, when we are too in our masculine essence, in our masculine energy, we want to muscle and force and control our way through life, through whatever it is we are feeling. Whereas when we step into our feminine energy, we simply feel all that is. There is no forcing feelings. There is no suppressing or oppressing feelings. We simply allow what needs to be felt, and we let it go. We are not too attached to what we are feeling. We allow it to be felt. And by doing so, we detach from it. Because it is only in holding on to these feelings that we become attached to them. When we don't allow ourselves to feel everything fully, we hold on to these emotions, and they manifest as physical pain, emotional pain, mental pain, addictions. The unconscious will bring up these feelings that you have not allowed yourself to feel in unconscious ways. Whereas if you allow yourself to feel them, accept them, acknowledge them as they come up, you can let them go. And this is a very important part of the retention journey. Because again, when we are in our masculine essence, when we simply allow only the masculine energy to be in control, we try to force our way through what we are feeling. We try to power our way through this journey. And in the process, we suppress many emotions that are asking to be felt. And in doing so, we bottle up so much energy. So much energy gets pent up. It is not given an outlet to be expressed. It bottles up, and it gets to a point where the pressure is too much, and it needs to be released. This is what happens when you don't allow the feminine energy inside of you to be felt, to have a voice, to feel safe. You need to give yourself grace on this journey, not just in semen retention, but in life. As men, again, we try to control, enforce, and label everything. We try to say this is good and that is bad. And we give ourselves a lot of pain. And again, there's nothing wrong with pain, but it's only when we hold on to these judgments and label everything so deeply and try to control things to be a certain way and force things and resist that this pain, this resistance builds up and again is manifest as trauma, addiction, disease. But when you embrace and embody the feminine energy within yourself, you can again begin to feel everything and allow things to be as they are. Now, this isn't to say that you just become a go with the flow hippie kind of guy. Of course, you also need to embody the masculine characteristics. You need to allow the things you have learned from your journey as a man to come in and take over after you felt your feelings, after the feminine energy has done its thing. It is the polarity of life. The wisdom of the feminine gives and allows for the masculine to know what action to take, to know what is aligned through a sense of having felt, feeling deeply, not just action for the sake of action, control for the sake of control, but wisdom, wise action, aligned, inspired action, thoughtful, intentional action from a place of having felt everything deeply. And this is how you know how to channel this potent life force, because much of the time we are so uncertain of what to do with this energy from this masculine dominant perspective, masculine dominant energy. And we just want to express this energy. We want to exert force, but without intention, without knowing why. But it is when we allow this feminine energy to guide us, to lead, that we truly know what is aligned, what action we need to take for our highest good. Not just action for the sake of action, not just force for the sake of force, but because our soul is calling us to something greater, because the feminine energy within has felt and has informed. I hope you learn something from this and start practicing feeling your feelings and tapping into that feminine energy within. This is a crucial part of the semen retention journey. We as men love to try to control things in life, but when we tap into this nurturing, graceful, feminine energy, that simply allows everything is much more balanced, much more harmonious, much more easy. It's difficult to feel feelings, but once you do, everything is so much better. You can let go, you can release, and you can return to your true self once again. Much love, brothers. I'll see you in the next one.